Welcome back to my channel for this week's Human Design Transit Report. Today is Monday, April 11th, and it's today that the alignment changes. So today, the Earth is moving into the gate 32, which is the gate of continuity or endurance. The Sun is going to move into the gate 42, which is finishing or conclusion. We are popping out of the individual circuitry that we had last week when the Sun was in the 57 and the Earth was in the 51. And we're moving into tribal circuitry and collective circuitry in the sensing circuit. So let's go ahead and dive into the gate 32. So the gate 32 is on the spleen center, and the spleen center is the center for instinct and intuition and right timing and the immune system. And all of the different gates of the spleen center are known as fear gates because every one of them has a fear associated with it that is connected to its instinctual nature. So just as a quick review, instinct is always trying to keep us alive, and it's trying to help us procreate also and help us have the next generation come up alive. And it often does that out of fear because it's trying to give us indicators of when we might be in danger because we need to stay alive, right? The thing is that a lot of these fears that are associated with the spleen center are not actually dangerous. Like the fear of failure is probably not really dangerous most of the time. And yet it can be very, very undermining for us. So you want to watch out if you start having any energy about feeling like you're failing at something that you're doing. But in its more awakened or empowered expression, it is part of the tribal circuit and it is part of the business part of the tribal circuit. And so it has a lot to do with how we can create the environment and create the opportunity and the time and the space for the gestation of an idea until it's the right time to actually have it come into form. So because it is about business ideas, we want to be able to have this idea really gestate for the right time. And you want to watch out for being impatient or feeling like you want to force something, or if your mind has this idea that you should do it at a certain time, it should be done in a certain time frame, you start getting impatient with it and you start wanting to force it. Instead, what you want to do is put your energy into preparing. You want to make sure you have the right resources that you need, that you develop any skill set that you need to have, that you have the right people on board, that you're basically bringing together all of the different elements that are needed for the success of a business idea. So it's not really the energy for manifesting it or for making it happen so much as it is for creating the right environment for something like this to gestate and to occur. And it takes fortitude. Actually, most of the gates that we have this week are take fortitude. That's why this one is called endurance, right? Because you have to endure the process of getting ready. You don't want to jump forward before something is really ready. You don't want to act prematurely. If you think of this as like watching a flower grow, and if you are watching this flower grow and every day you go out and you look at it and, you know, it's a bud and it's starting to open. And if you were sitting there going, grow, flower, blossom, happen now, right? Or you started to, even worse, peel away the outside of it, it wouldn't be ready, right? And you basically would kill the flower. You could do kind of the same thing with even a great business idea if you were to treat it improperly. Okay? So you really want to build your ability to create the right environment for the blossoming, if you will, of your great idea. The Sun has moved into the gate 42, which in traditional human design is finishing things, and in quantum human design is conclusion. This is basically an energy. It's in the sensing circuit, so it's collective circuitry. It's in the sensing circuit, so it's creative, and it's abstract, and it's a little more experiential and doing things through the body. And it's about finishing things. It's about getting things done. We all need this energy. So this is a great time for you to be picking up on those things that you've been avoiding or procrastinating or just putting down your to-do list, things that you know that really you'll be happy when they're done, right? You'll be happy when you check them off your list, or you'll be happy when whatever the outcome of that occurs. And so just go ahead and do it. Use this energy. And that does take some fortitude sometimes to really be able to face something you've been putting off, right? You have to be like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I have the energy to do this. I have the power to do this, right? So you will have the energetic support to do that this week. And so when you can really be making the commitment to yourself, even just to find one thing that you have put off, and know that you're going to do it this week, you will feel so much better by the time the sun changes again and it moves out of this gate. So it's a fairly simple energy, this one. Just go out and get some stuff done. You can use that energy to continue to prepare for, to continue to create the situation, the environment that you need so that you are ready for your business idea when the timing is right. So these two can really reinforce each other. Then on Saturday, April 16th, that's this coming Saturday, the sun's going to move into the gate 3 and the earth is going to move into the gate 50. So the gate 3 is down on the sacral center and it is in the knowing circuit. And you know, I've talked a lot about the knowing circuit. So the knowing circuit is individual circuitry and it is highly intuitive and it's an energy for just knowing things. Okay. So in traditional human design, it's known as ordering, and in quantum human design, it's known as innovation. This is really a very innovative energy. In the I Ching, it's known as difficulty at the beginning, which is kind of interesting when you think about innovation as being difficulty at the beginning. Now, right now, it is connecting to the gate 60, which the Pluto is lighting up. So you can see here on the imaging that the whole channel is complete between the root and the sacral. And so that root is going to be sending impulses up through that channel into the sacral. And so you want to be paying attention to right timing. And the 60 is always asking us, you know, is this the right innovation? Is this the right mutation that's coming through the knowing circuit? Is this a new, bright new idea that is actually going to be helping, right? And so that's what the 60 is asking. And then the 3 is going, okay, we're going to innovate with this. We're going to innovate with this new idea. And so it's moving forward with that, but it has a little bit of a challenge at the beginning because it's in this dance with the 60 that is asking, is this the right mutation? Is this the right innovation? Even though there can be difficulty at the beginning, this is a moving forward kind of an energy, and it is on the sacral. So it is life force energy. It does have a lot of power in it. And so coming off of, you know, finishing things up, right, which you did earlier in the week, and coming off of lots of preparation for different ideas that you have, it may be that you'll feel some energy for moving forward with this innovative energy that is available to you while the sun is in the gate 3. Then the earth is going to move into the gate 50, which is tribal circuitry, and it's part of the defense circuit. So it's a different sub-circuit of tribal circuitry than the 32, which was in the business circuit. This one is in, I think of it as the family circuit. I mean, it's really kind of close in. And the 50, which is also on the spleen center, it also has a fear, okay? Like we were just talking about with the 32. But its fear is the fear of letting people down. Okay, because it is a very relational tribal energy. In traditional human design, it's known as values, and in quantum human design, it's known as nurturing. I have this defined in my chart, and I really experience this as a way that we get to talk about and share and work with others on how we know who we are as a people, and how we define who we are. The things that we say are okay and are not okay. All of this is in the 50. This can include rituals and practices and different ways that different communities define really who they are. And this can include religious communities as well. So there's a lot of values here. And it's interesting that it's been renamed nurturing in quantum human design, because it is an energy for passing these things on. I think of this also as a kind of teaching energy. And I know that, like, for me in my work, I feel the 50 is strong for me as I talk to all of you in the work that I do about the different values that I think are important. They're values that I hold and that I want to encourage you, if they resonate for you to also have and for you to bring out into the world. Like, we create more sustainability, right, in our relationships. We create more sustainability in our relationship to the earth. We're kinder to each other. We give each other a break. We look to how things can be more equitable, for example, how we can have more compassion. All of these are values that live inside of the Gate 50. So as we move into this transit, you can really ground yourself in your understanding of who you are and what communities you're a part of. What are the values that define that community? Are there practices or rituals or things that you do together that help you know that you are part of a tribe or part of a particular community? And that you can ground yourself in that so that you can also be leaning into what are the innovations that are really going to be helping you and all of us as we are evolving our values and we are evolving who we are as communities, because we know that there's a great impetus for us, a dire need for us to be evolving ourselves and how we're showing up in our lives, how we're relating to each other, how we're relating to the earth, so that we can have something that is going to work for more of the world's people, and it's going to work for our ecosystems, it's going to work for our trees and our oceans and our mountains and our waters and all of it, right? And so we are looking for those innovations. We need to be accepting the things that are mutative, that are guiding us into a way of understanding who we are as a world people, right? As the child of the earth, if you will, so that we can become the feminine sovereign stewards of our planet, and we have the highest good of all of life really in the forefront of everything that we do. I also want to remind you, on Wednesday this week, I'm doing a special webinar called Nothing's Wrong with You. Discover the Superpowers of Your Human Design. And this is a free webinar in which we're going to be exploring what's so important about the superpowers that are available to you in your human design, what some of them are, and how you can start accessing them and experiencing them and expressing them right away to help your life become much easier and clearer, so that you can step out of some of the challenges that you've had, where you can resolve some of the things that you might have thought were personal failures or character flaws that you had. I know I had that before I came to human design. And you can be recreating yourself and your own experience of life from a more grounded, energetic understanding of who you are and of what's possible for you. So you can go ahead and register, and if you can't make it live, then you will get the recording for it. I did make it at noon on Wednesday, April 13th, as that is the best time for most of the time zones. But as I said, I will make a recording available to you if you can't make it live. All right, that's my report for this week. Many blessings. Much love. Bye for now.